allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good evening. Roll call. John Hotchkiss here.
Joe Bailey here.
John Mullen here.
Okay, a few things to sign. Minutes from the Board of Selectmen meeting dated July 2nd. I have reviewed them. Did you understand my corrections?
Yep,
Okay.
read them.
All right. Motion?
Make a motion to accept the July 2nd, 2018 minutes as written.
Excuse me, second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay, good. By the way, anybody else here ever take minutes from a meeting? Laura's able to take the minutes while she's sitting there. It's pretty amazing that you can, you know, I've taken minutes in my day, I write them down on a piece of paper and then go back and type them. She's doing this as we go. All right, fire department fob system.
Okay, it's all installed, all hooked up. My question's gonna be, do you want the highway to guys have a fob to the building? They've always had the pins, they go in and do like when the,
Looking at me, I know.
no, I'm looking at you guys,
Okay,
on
alright.
him, it doesn't really matter. They usually do like the fire extinguish inspections, the air compression, like that stuff. So I just wanna know, because I'll give him what if you want me to.
You had one of the
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's up to you guys.
Huh? We always had the pin and stuff like that, and we always had the key, so we can have a fob.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they need to check if there's something wrong and there's no one else to open the place up.
Plus, I think if you take the hose off one of the tankers, you can put dirt up there if you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
A little extra salt.
By the way, what's fob stand for?
I don't know. What do you mean?
I know what it used to stand for long before this.
Well,
Right on board.
Freight on board.
oh, okay.
Right.
From our days.
John, send him the name.
All right, elderly exemption denial.
This is the only thing that Gwen had for you for this one.
John tried to get it.
No, it was a denial because they didn't qualify, the income limit was too high.
Oh, that's it, is that the one from last week?
No, this is
No one?
she says this should be the last one from this year, because like they had a deadline.
Okay.
You signed
Yeah,
twice.
another one you signed twice.
Oh, sorry.
There's two tabs, not one.
It's okay to be elderly, in order to get an elderly exemption, you have to meet the income guidelines. It's okay to serve in the military, but you have to fulfill certain criteria in order to get a veteran's exemption or reduction. Can you get both?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. It's positive you can.
You can be an old dubber,
And you get a veteran's
you
credit
get
too.
both.
You'll see it on the video.
Very
Don't worry.
incorrigible.
It's on camera too.
It's on camera, you'll see it on there in a minute.
Am I lying?
Yes, you are, because I'm on camera right now.
No. Waiting for a handle.
Okay. All right. Josh Morgan, Kings Highway Lot, under old business. Everybody has an agenda that wants one? I know what we're doing. All right.
I believe that's
Go ahead,
Rory
please.
right there.
All
How you
right.
doing? I'm here today just to see if I can get a variance to build a garage on my property because I'm going to be right next to the Milton town line, or the Middleton line on the sand pit.
Okay,
So I bought the property right next to the sand pit for Middleton. In 76 Kings Highway.
okay. This is the one with, had the property line.
Adjusted over
Okay.
2 years ago, correct. We
Alright.
had it rezoned. So what, the previous owner about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I guess he pulled the pin and moved it over past the telephone pole.
Alright,
So I have a map here if you want to look at it.
On that upper corner,
There's a little extra property.
right there.
alright,
He moved our pin over, so this is the sand pit, and this is my property.
mhm,
I'd like to place the garage there. Probably about a foot over your property.
okay. Here's Kings Highway,
Yeah.
okay.
So instead of going through the hassle of moving that pin permanently, and the cost that I'm gonna incur doing that, I think a variance is probably the easiest way to go.
When you say moving the pin, you pointed the one at Kings Highway, do you mean the one back?
No, so what I have here is a piece of paperwork stated from Town of Middleton saying that they don't mind keeping the pin where the previous owner had
Right.
moved it,
Yeah,
and then they will also give me 40 feet down and
Right.
match that straight line,
alright,
which is what that states. That is what that is. I don't really care about that
right,
too much, because it doesn't affect me down that lower end. The only
right,
thing that affects me is right here. As well, I do have intentions that if that property ever comes up for sale, I would like to buy it.
So moving the pins at this point,
okay,
you know, if I have intentions to purchase it anyway.
alright. But you're here asking for a variance?
Correct. So I can move, so I can be on the property line, because technically I have to be 30 feet off it to put a structure.
This property is located in New Durham.
Right.
Wouldn't you need a variance from the town of New Durham?
I need you guys to be on board with it. So when I go to the town of Middleton to get that variance, somebody from the, a representative from the town of Middleton has to be there to witness it, to speak to it, to say, I don't object to it.
So you're not really applying for a variance, you're just trying to get a feeling from us as to whether we would support a variance.
I need an okay and a representative to say that they will go to the meeting. When I go to the meeting to get on the board there, that they will show up with me.
Okay. Any thoughts?
When is their next meeting?
As soon as I go through, as soon as this is okay and I get everybody on board, I'm gonna go immediately down to the town of Durham. It's normally 20 days out.
Okay, I'm new to this. Didn't we move the pin?
You haven't, we haven't
Wait
done
a
it.
minute, wait a
Go
minute.
ahead.
Didn't we, say that because, is this the one with the power line and the
Yes.
pole?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we moved this pin, right? Or we haven't moved it yet?
The
We
pin,
haven't moved it yet,
this
I
pin,
believe.
It's moved, but it's not legal.
Okay.
It's moved.
it was moved not on our part.
Right.
On the person, previous, who we purchased from, they moved it
So-
about 15 years ago.
No, but we offered to straighten this out, right?
Right.
Correct.
Otherwise, did we say that if you did move it, we wanted you to move the pole and the power line?
No, there was no discussion of that. What the discussion was I had an issue when I came here. When I first bought that property, probably about 2 weeks afterwards, the town of Middleton had that whole property rezoned and flagged off. Of which there was flags running down my property, which is where I set some of my stuff according to where that boundary line was, where I thought mine was. I had a meeting with the town of Middleton to discuss that property line, that boundary, to say, well, figure out what was going on, because I'm new to this. You know, it happened 15 years ago. So Ray Thibodeau, the original owner, the original constructor of that place, apparently picked the pin up and moved it. But it hasn't been an issue for 15 years until I moved into the property. So that was my issue with the pin specifically.
Well,
And the reason the pin was coming into question recently, because we had by the state,
Correct.
okay, come down and we had to have, because it's a pit, a resurveying,
You have to be 20
okay,
feet.
for the AOT. And at that point, they found, like, it was it White Mountain?
Norway Plains?
Norway Plains, their surveyors found that this pin was in the wrong spot, so his pole and underground utilities actually on our property. So, about 2 years ago, Ed and I went to the New Durham Planning Board, or zoning, whatever, and told them our intent was to help him out, to get this out from underneath of him, and not have a burden in the future, if he ever sells whatever, that we're gonna give him like 12 feet, 15 feet
Yeah.
over. So that line would come straight down,
Right.
okay, like this, okay? So basically, that's where we're at.
It hasn't.
Well, I mean, all it is a matter of having them come over and move the pin.
Yeah, they're ready, well, that's paid, that part of it.
Well, I mean, go ahead, you can speak to it, Ed, please. I mean, I don't wanna be in this information either, so.
And this
Okay,
is,
so,
go ahead.
I've been involved with this, with the survey company, probably more than anybody in the room, so. What we found when we surveyed the property was that the pin was supposed to be, end up in the middle of your driveway.
So-
No fault of yours, we understand that. Whoever developed the property originally
Right.
probably didn't wanna deal with, and I think if it had to go further over, they may have ended up having wetland issues to deal with.
Okay.
So, easy way out,
Move.
just shove it over.
Yep.
But, so, in our best interest, we felt that getting your electric in your driveway on your property by moving that pin over would serve best, move it over to the pole,
Right.
get it out of your driveway, and then your utilities, your driveway would all be on your pole, property. No issues in the future, and no issues for us.
Perfect.
Um,
And when I talked
We,
to,
we've been to the ZBA for approval because we're under on road frontage.
but yeah.
So
when I-
we had to get their
50, 60
approval,
feet.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, before
Yeah.
we could do anything.
Right.
The next step would be going to the planning board to actually do a lot line adjustment
In New Durham.
in New Durham. And we've paid for the lot line adjustment as far as that front pin's concerned.
Okay.
And that line would just end up going back to where the rear pin
At a diagonal.
actually is now.
Right.
Ed, we've paid for the survey and the application for the lot line adjustment.
We paid for the lot line adjustment.
And has
for
that been
the planning-
accomplished? That has
No.
been, it has not been accomplished.
Not with the planning board.
The planning board has to do that in New Durham,
Yes.
and they haven't acted upon it, or
We haven't.
we haven't
So
acted.
that's our next step, is to do
Because
that.
in order for us to take that step, we need your cooperation because
I'm there.
you're gonna gain on frontage.
Yep.
That's gonna require new deeds. And if you've got a mortgage, the mortgage company's gonna wanna know, cause they're gonna want the new deed. And it's in everybody's best interest. It gets your driveway off of our property, and you don't have to worry about anything in the future. If you did decide to sell,
Right.
somebody picked up on it. and they're like,
Which
"Hey,
I,
whoa."
which I didn't pick up on when I first
Well,
purchased the property.
I think, probably the fifth person?
Yeah.
You're probably like the fifth person that's been there since that house has been built.
I'm the third, I'm the third, because the previous owner to me owned it for 7 years, and then the person who originally built it owned it for about a year until they got kicked out. So when I walked the property lines, when I bought the property, the pins were where they were at, and so that's why. I agree with you, it's in everybody's best interest just to,
Yeah,
just
and
move
that-
that's great.
That part, we've already paid for, I believe, with Norway Plains to go to the planning board.
So I've talked to them several times, and they are of the opposite assumption. Because I've asked them to move that pin, and I've tried to talk to him a little bit.
We've got a contract that says otherwise.
And that's
so-
great, but, and I wish I would have talked to you earlier, because I didn't know who knew everything about this. So I'm
And,
talking to people who have,
Ed Brennan, over the
Yeah.
highway department.
okay.
He knows everything about it.
John, you got a quick question?
Yeah, it's a quick question. Is Mr. Morgan's considering getting permission to go ahead with a building permit, and getting the variance for whatever for building a garage, a little premature until the lot lines are all settled?
I've been trying to do this for 2 years. So I pushed
Right.
Laura
But my
Parker.
question is to them, is it a little premature to do anything about permission for variance until you determine where exactly the lot lines and the pins are actually permanently relocated?
In conjunction with that, there was talk of you paying to move the back pin to get a straight line. Are you now saying that's too much money, you do not wish to move it?
Norway Plains is estimated upwards of $3,500, and with the cost of the foundation, I don't see that being feasible.
If you don't need it, you don't need
And
it.
if I don't need, and then with my intent to purchase the land after you guys have done what you've done with it, and when you're done with it, I don't think I need it.
I'm looking at your drawing of the garage.
Correct. And that's a rough estimate.
What that,
On the
Yeah.
existing line, it looks like
don't really care.
garage is over the existing
That
line.
will be.
Right, and that's a rough estimate. I mean, so what had happened was, this was 2 years ago, drawing of mine, when I intended to be, which the pin would have made that line, I would have
Nursing home grew and all, it's
Right.
like 20 years.
But you're now hoping not to move the line.
Correct.
Okay, if you do not move the line,
Gee, I'll take it.
your drawing, at least here, indicates that the corner of your building would be on town of Middleton Highway, but
Right, and
a
that's,
variance will not help you with that at all. A
okay,
variance would not allow you to build on someone else's land. A variance might take care of a reduced setback, like you were close to the line, but not over the line.
well, then we'll just do a setback, because in the drawing for 2 years ago, which I had planned on doing that, I'm not
Right.
over the line, so I'll just move the building over. However, wherever it needs to be. Wherever that line ends up being at.
So basically, the back of his garage is gonna be right abutting the property
So
line
within inches.
within inches instead of having a buffer, that is normally required.
So
30
then,
feet.
then we would have to execute the lot line adjustment, right? And then we're done.
Other
Then
than,
we're done.
at that, well,
Other than a
giving him
favorable-
permission to
No, it's not
be able to build
permission.
up on the property, as close to the property line as possible.
It's just,
That would be,
okay,
that would be a decision of New Durham.
Right, not us. We
Not
could-
us.
We could voice our opinion at a ZBA meeting, but the permission would not come from us, it comes from New Durham.
It comes
We
from
can
New
say,
Durham,
yes, we
because
don't care.
If it doesn't
If they say they
encroach
do.
our property, we would be in a butter.
Right.
And all, you know, as far as that piece of property and getting that close,
so I need all of the abutters to come.
well, you can get all the abutters from the tax, from the assessor.
You're my only abutter.
You
No.
s-
You're the only abutter that adjusts that line.
That's,
I may be confused on this.
Yeah, you have to go to your
Right.
assessor to get the list of abutters. They can be across the street too.
Actually, on New Durham's site, you can pick up
Oh,
your
okay.
property and you can literally print a list of all of your abutters
Right.
within
They're right
minutes.
here on this piece of paper.
Yeah, but they'll give you a
They'll
list.
give you a list. You have to do it.
But the only line that I'm adjusting, I'm not touching any other property.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
all
No,
It
abutters.
doesn't matter, they all
Doesn't
have to be
matter.
notified.
Okay, and that's fine. I'll notify everybody.
You're good and have a good education, don't have this.
But it's like if you go there-
We all learn it, so.
Mr. Morgan, here's what you should do. You should go to
Make
New
sure he gets
Durham
that paper back.
and,
It's his.
and the, either the planning board if they're there, and they're not usually there. So go up to the assessing clerk, whatever it is, says, this is what I need to do, right? Is that
I
what?
was just gonna say,
Or-
she's land planning secretary, isn't she?
Yeah, she
Land
does all
planning
that.
secretary
For
of the
here?
town hall,
Okay, for New Durham.
New Durham.
Yep.
This is what you wanna do. You wanna get assessment, what do I need to fill out? What do I need to do? Because you're gonna have to get that list, then you're gonna have to get the abutters list, you're gonna have to, then the town will send a letter saying that there's gonna be a meeting on such and such.
To you.
We're-
To all the
No,
abutters.
we're out of it.
No?
We get it as.
We will get a letter as an abutter, okay? So, we will get a letter saying you are applying for variance in New Durham. You send all the abutters of surrounding your property, and they will say, okay, the ZBA meeting is August 1st at 6 PM. So all the abutters can come or not come. And then you plead your case. The abutters will be listened to in terms of yay, nay, comments, no comments, or whatever.
Will the town ability to do that?
What's that?
Will the town
If we're
ability
a
to do that?
butter.
If we're in a butter, we probably will be there,
Right.
okay?
That's all I'm asking. That's all
We're,
I'm
we're,
asking.
we're, not whether we're supporting or not supporting, we will probably, as in a butter, I would suggest that we be there. Just like any other transaction in any other town or anything else, we go there.
But that's why I'm here, to get you guys on board. So I
Well,
don't
well,
come
we're
into
not
it
on
blind.
necessarily on, I am not on board of giving you, access to our property.
I don't want access to it.
I don't even want you on it.
I'm not gonna,
No,
I don't want
okay.
access or on it, I'm gonna be within
Okay.
inches of it.
Okay, so in terms of an abutter, I see right now without me,
Mhm.
I don't see a big problem with that. It's gonna be determined by the board, the
That's fine.
zoning board of New Durham, whether they're going to give you an exception being that close to the property line. If you're 2 feet, 3 feet,
2 or
That's
3 inches.
fine.
it
Whatever
doesn't
it
matter.
is.
But their decision is made easier if everybody else is on board. If all the abutters are on board, there's no objections, then it should be
yeah, it
made
does,
easier.
absolutely.
It's easier on them that, so that's why I'm here. So I don't come blindsided
I'm
and get,
not gonna commit until I see all, everything.
First, Joanne, and then I'd like to ask Rick.
Just to clarify for Mr. Morgan, it's the town of New Durham that sends out the letters to the abutters.
But he pays
Yes.
for the,
Postage and all that.
the certified mail and all that kind of stuff. You gotta pay for that, $6.50 or whatever the heck it is. Whatever the number of butters are.
Yeah, plus 20.
Rick, you may choose to not answer this, having not exactly seen exact locations, but any feeling for the terrain, like is this gonna be right on the, where the land drops off, is it where we drive trucks through? Okay,
What I hear that he's trying to do now versus what I heard earlier, and he even said he was looking to come over the line.
right,
When you hit it right on the head, and nobody's gonna approve that, but you're talking now, moving the building and maybe being closer to 30 feet. And as long as New Durham buses that, and if you guys support it, obviously, we're the main ones, we're the main abutter that's gonna be the one to determine whether this happens or not, obviously. If you're all on board with that, then you won't have any problem with it, and where he's at with this was talked about, I think at the first meeting when we sat here,
correct.
about a garage eventually. If he's less than 30 feet from the line, it's not gonna hurt us up on that end of it. You won't be excavating up that way in our lifetime. I don't believe anybody ever took it over would go up any further anyways. You'd get up next to the highway and nobody needs to do that, open it all up like that. We agreed to that years ago, so. I think if you get on board with it yourselves, you have the powers, so I don't think it would hurt us any now that he's explained he's going to move away from the line.
okay. All right,
And if you-
and
The only issue that I would have with this, just as it goes forward, is being so close to the line, there's gonna be an issue with trees. One thing we wanna try to do is maintain a buffer,
And that's great,
so I'm sure you like the idea of it.
I,
mean,
absolutely.
Obviously, trees grow up,
I have one
they
question with that.
tend to fall over.
There's one.
We don't wanna be responsible if one of our trees hits
Well,
your
that's the
garage.
other thing, there's 1 2-foot around bull pine, is the only question that I have, and I was gonna ask you permission to either cut it down myself or have you guys do it.
And-
If that's the only thing that may, any other tree, I will take full responsibility for, I'll do that, it's just that bull pine is so big, and it's almost to the point where it can touch my existing house, if it does fall.
And to go further with that, I don't see where there's an issue about having trees that are big and old. I think most of what's left is all, unless you get way up above where we've done any work, there's really nothing big in there.
Nothing at all, nothing more than, a foot round maybe, other than that one pine that's really close to the.
And we have in the past let people cut trees that were
Yeah.
an issue there.
The other guy on the other side had the same issue as trees leading towards his place, so he approached us and did, we'd take care of it, or we could, and he took care of it himself, so.
I mean, I'll take care of it before I build the garage, so that's okay. So the town of Middleton, or doesn't incur any cost or whatever, I'll do the whole garage.
That's the thing, as far as we've gone so far, like that, the town, because it's gonna be, took care of all the money, and that sort of like that, but going forward, only taxpayers keep paying for somebody else's
Absolutely.
projects and stuff like that, so, I mean, so.
I agree. I mean, removing that tree is only me.
That tree thing I can care of, too.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't sound like there's any more cost, it isn't gonna exact any more cost to us anyways, so.
So, no, just to go back on our part, we need to get, a thing to find out about the rest of it.
Right.
We move forward and get it done.
Move forward with what we're doing.
Right.
We need signatures from you people.
I mean, we get all this stuff
Get
done,
that
we
law
probably,
lined
we
up
just,
there.
we thought it all done myself.
Yeah, they were set back, I think they're supposed to set the front pit, we're just held up.
Yeah.
It's already set 15 feet over.
Branch on wires.
Norway plans to remove
Lane
it.
Road.
They
Is there a pin behind that pole?
Yeah, they documented it and they never put it in my driveway again, because the guy said it would be a little intrusive to drive around, obviously. So, he left it where it existing was, according to the town. Just said, leave it, we'll deal with it later.
I
Now it's just the paperwork.
No, I was just.
I don't know if
stating
I've
that I have-
seen-
that I have-
Yeah.
Yeah, this is stuff I need to do.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that pin, but I do know the way it's set up, it's gonna end up right behind that pole.
And I believe it's right there. It's within a foot of right behind that pole somewhere. It's right there.
Yeah.
In order.
It's right through the underground power lines, nothing to worry about.
Just don't touch it.
Oh, I think it's far enough off, hopefully.
Yeah, it should be a straight angle over to my house. Yeah.
All right, other comments?
I guess
Mr. Morgan, I thank you for coming, and I understand what you're doing, is trying to get things lined up before you.
trying to be proactive.
And,
I've been doing this for 2 years. It just seems like phone calls. So coming to talk to people is.
and we appreciate you
Ask me,
taking
say
the
go
time.
there, they say come over here.
Exactly, and I wanna sit and talk to somebody and get people. So my next step is to wait for, mail from you guys about the lot line being.
We're gonna start working on that part of on our end, but in the meantime, until that's done, because I think they're gonna ask you about your deed and stuff like that before they allow you to do that, I don't know. I can't speak for New Durham, but I think you're gonna have to have your deed all done from all this, before they let you do any setbacks and stuff like that, am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
The beating, the beating part
They
is
would want it current,
They want the new deed, I think, on record that
they
they're
would
gonna
want
do.
it, because right now, if you did it on the current lot line, it would be over, right?
So, I mean, that has to be all documented.
deed doesn't take long to draw, once they know what the
No,
lines
no,
are.
but it still has to be done. So
So
I
can we, is there any way we can reach out to them tomorrow and see what they can do, and move them along?
Building claims,
Yeah.
I've called them 3
I
times so
think
far.
basically we just wait for signatures.
on a,
On our part?
oh, for him to approve the lot line adjustment, is that correct?
Can I sign anything
I
tonight?
mean, I don't know if you got
If
a.
it's a lot line adjustment.
Do we have a phone number for you?
Yeah, I have it.
If it's a lot line adjustment, that would have to go through New Durham, not here.
Correct.
We have to fill out the paperwork.
Yeah, we had, just like, yeah, well,
Because you guys had already started it 2 years ago, so all you're doing is basically finishing and wrapping up your part. And then I will do whatever I need to do after. I'm just, do I just wait for my mail from you that this is done, and then I go to New Durham and start the process?
Well,
I-
you'll be notified, right, from the planning board, that there'll be a meeting, that we're doing a lot line, you'll get that from the New
Yeah,
Durham
you'll get
planning
just the
board.
mail on that.
that's step one.
Yep, so as soon as I get
Lot line
that.
adjustments, lot line adjustments done and recorded, which will take 2 seconds.
Yep,
Then you will work with the town of New Durham to work on the variance through the zoning ZBA.
so as soon as I get the letter, registered letter, before the meeting, I will
Tell you
schedule
we're having a
another
meeting.
meeting with them, that way hopefully we can shrink this down to get this wrapped up before the end of the summer. Get it wrapped up,
Shouldn't take long.
Shouldn't.
I always say shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
Non-committed.
I appreciate it, guys.
Oh, thank you very much.
No.
What's your name again?
My name Ed.
Ed? Okay. I'll probably be talking to you
Yeah.
quite a few. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, next item is keys. I do not think this is for the keys item. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, the keys. All your keys cleaned out, freshed out, all keys are corrected?
We've got these, all one we've got today, got the copies made for Tanglewood, and so all the trucks have them. I got a set for them.
You have to do what?
And I got a set for them.
Oh, good. Excellent. You have keys and all that stuff anyway, so you don't have to
We
worry
don't
about
have those yet.
what keys.
Each one, each two.
We usually get one from the lake, from the, down the lake shore, the association every year.
She gets
That was
long
my
time
task, to give you the key for the association, and I messed up. I'll get you the key.
Which
Which one comes
association?
from Christine Mailer? That one's up to that. That was given to Mike Myler last, couple months ago.
Christine Mailer is,
Which race did she do? I thought that was Lake Shore.
That is Lakewood's.
That one, you have that one.
Who's getting the ones from each one of these two? I can't.
no, that's not me, I always, Hampshire Short is the one I We only have one gate,
Yep.
which is the boat launch. And I have the key, but I gotta get, just let them know where the other key is. That's my fault. So I'll take it.
I'll get you set, how many sets you want?
Well, if I get one, I'll make the,
Alright. Both beach one and beach two.
You need a key too, right? For the Hampshire Shores boat launch or not? No, yes, no, don't need it? Okay.
Not sure if I can pull.
You don't have a boat.
Oh, if you're gonna buy me one, I'll take a key, but I don't really
He should
have.
probably have one.
So we'll take the boat out and raid the water.
Oh, yeah, I'll say that. You don't need beach one and beach two?
I don't believe I need any keys on the lake. Really.
You need a key?
No, speaking of boat, whatever happened to the fire department boat?
Well, we'll get to that.
Well, first one, some. About 15 years ago.
It's a coral reef now.
I do have
I
I do have a question about the fobs.
Sure.
We used to have an older one.
How do you-
Lawn service, especially 4 times out of the lake.
If nobody's around, what if we need to get into the highway department and these guys aren't around?
Do you have a key in your office in their building?
I have a key?
There's a key in the board's office to the highway.
Oh,
building.
okay, that's what I wanted, to- okay, that's.
I told you that.
So there's a backup
Yes.
manual key that overrides the fob.
The highway doesn't have a fob,
They will,
right?
so does that override the fob?
You don't need that to.
Oh, now the fall, that's new to me, when's
No,
that?
no, he's talking later down
You
the
just
road.
nodded for a fob.
I think.
You did, I saw you nod.
Here, you need a fob to open a fob door.
I think he's nodding off.
If you guys gonna do it, all this technology crash it, nobody get anything.
That's my question.
I mean,
Oh, there's two.
the keys always
I was
work.
thinking the same thing.
So if you're not,
Relation to you.
Toned out for echoes, can't get in the fire station.
Besides
John, we all set?
yeah, I'm okay, yeah.
Alright. Done.
Bob did that.
Do you need a key for his house? No.
No,
Okay, alright, we can move on.
I got one, no.
You got some good food in the fridge.
We're not started on.
Alright, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Fire away, town
Sorry,
clerk,
guys.
tax collector,
I
department heads.
I only have actually,
Don't speak up too quick.
sorry, dog civil forfeiture list.
3 months ago, you wouldn't dare speak in front of us.
I know, trust me. So this is gonna be given to the chief downstairs.
Is the dog license?
Yep. Actually, the list has, here's the list. The list has shrunk in about 18 pages from last year.
The one out.
Did we do this last year?
We did, and we
Every
cleaned
year.
up that list big time. We sent them out certified, but it's up to the chief if he wants the dog officer to go out to hand deliver these, or certified. I think we had more of a response for certified mail, because people don't have to answer the doors for the
I'm ready to
officers.
speak to Keegan, see what they got.
So, Kathleen, we've been doing
I don't
this,
think so.
have we been doing this for several years?
This is my second year doing it. When I first got on, I think it was a 25-page report. So now it's a 6. Now we're down to 6, but there's multiple dogs for each owner. So I think there's about 20 people, maybe 23 people that are not registered dogs, and they could move. They could have moved. They could
Is
have.
it for this year? or
This is just for this year.
Just for this year?
Well, if they didn't register it last year, it just taxed on the amount. Oh, you know, I think I have the most I have for a fine is $100, 105, because they didn't.
105, right there.
Are
Yes.
you working on the list for cats? Is that coming?
Yes, that is coming, so watch out, everyone.
Alright, maybe not, yeah. Oh, chickens,
Chickens too.
that's coming.
I knew it was guinea
You got
hens.
one less of those too.
I think cats should be licensed.
Really?
Yeah.
But then they
No.
all in Middleton.
If you understand the purpose,
How many dogs?
2,
2.
3.
Ed, if you understand the purpose of registering dogs, which has to do with rabies shots,
Cats can't get rabies?
would the same be true for
Yeah,
cats?
yeah.
Actually, cats probably more subject, because they actually go out, you know, they wander right in the.
Yeah, I don't really like it when they go out in my yard. My dogs don't like it.
I'm thinking about goldfish too. Never mind. Okay.
So either it's up to the chief if he wants me to send him certified or if he wants the dog officer to go and
And
knock on his
who
door.
will talk with each other to get?
Yeah, I'll
this
get with
straightened
him tomorrow.
out? Okay.
I believe he's out of class tonight, so he's gonna get permissions.
All right,
It's a lot of,
the other end, school board.
Yes, she came in, Teresa.
No, Tammy's
There it
not
is.
here.
Tammy's not here. We don't let the school. All right. Please. Anything, please?
I have a report. He is in a class. What's his monthly?
You looking for your own name? Is that why you don't want to read it?
Make sure I'm not on the list here.
oh, you're on the list, Doc.
You want to summarize, please?
Go ahead.
We have, you know the personnel. Police chief, 1 lieutenant, full-time patrolman 2, part-time seasonal patrolman 7, AC officers 2, and police secretary 1. Equipment, we have large Charger, is a 2017, 2014 Charger, a 2018 Ford Interceptor utility, 2014 Ford Interceptor utility, and a 2018 Ford Interceptor utility. And the ACO vehicle is a 09 Ford Explorer. Calls for service, year-to-date, 264, IREX 15, motor vehicle stops with warnings, 255, summons is issued, 23, motor vehicle accidents, 5, and animal call-outs, unknown.
That's for this year.
That's for the year-to-date. So,
My goodness.
even Wade Bartlett not really working him in one shift a month, he's still the guy ahead at 120 citations.
I'll tell you.
They'll take the rest of them all year to compose even that, so.
All right.
He's a record setter.
One day a week.
I know, it's like, yeah,
Without mentioning all the names, citations. Oh, 23, 47, 41, 5, 10, 5. Oh, I missed Officer Brown. 124.
One day a week, part-time.
I'll talk
Sunday,
briefly
on
about
Sunday.
emergency management. I met today with Detective Greg Cooper, who's our new emergency management person. I got him in touch with our field representative from Homeland Security and Emergency Management, Alex, and they're gonna make plans to meet next week so that you can get his name, place of mine on all these call-outs and so forth. No surprise to anyone. A little concerned about the drought, and we don't have forest fires like they have them out west, but still, it's certainly a concern when you get started around here. Fire.
I've got some personnel changes in our job descriptions, so we want to do that later when I get a question about,
Later as in,
like,
Non-
like non-public.
okay? Okay. Welfare.
Nothing. Just working with the same family. Same family I've been working with for the last few months.
Conservation. Nothing. EMS.
Well, I'm on conservation.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No.
EMS, we're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Code enforcement, I spoke briefly with John Ramone. Things seem to be moving along, there's a few issues, but nothing, any great report. I did notice that somebody on New Durham finally got their septic system straightened out, which is good. They tried to do it themselves, and state got involved, and they came in and did it the right way. Looks like it's all sealed over now.
Last meeting, we had a conversation about somebody put a deck down there on Dudley or whatever, I think we resolved that. Or a permit or whatever.
I told him he needed a building permit. I don't know whether John Maloney should go on. I'll ask John when I see him. Question about building permit. The suggestion was if you build a deck that's it's a floating deck, it's not attached, you don't need a building permit, 'cause it's not part of the building. No, you need a building permit.
It's a structure.
Right. All right, cemetery, anything? Usually Roger Mains. Planning board, anything?
That's Ken Roger, but I'm on the planning board, and basically, we've had one person come in and apply for a small business, whatever it is, know the process, we guided them through that, and we started, so other than that, there's not much going on.
Assessing, anything going on? I don't see her. She's been busy with those letters, you know. Health officer, nothing that I'm aware of is going on. Animal control, no. Highway. Thing cooking for highway?
Just a few things, the chip seal project on it, done, well, we got the chips over there, I don't know if you noticed, they delivered the chips Friday. More than likely because of the holiday weekend, they couldn't work on Fridays on any road jobs, so they filled the day with the trucks and all the chips for the sealing project, which is, scheduled to go in August, and sometime that with the date set yet. But, that's gonna go on, I talked about that at the last meeting. That's like $58,000 versus $83,000 over it, so it's a maintenance thing. All the towns around us are doing the same thing this year, they're running into the same problem, the price of hot top going up. You're just not going as far as you can't do what you wanted to do, like if I don't have enough money to go in Lake Shore and overlay that and do Sunrise at the same time. There's not sense to go in and do just Sunrise Drive and not do Lake Shore Drive at the same time, so we'll probably end up with about $25,000 to $30,000 left in that line this year, but it's set up so that it can roll over to like 2020, so maybe next year we get a 200, we'll kick off at 220, that'll be the better situation, because the same thing already on Kings Highway, but that section that's new, that was never top, that were just skimmied over, but then skimmy mixed, but they come up and repaired, they did it under warranty. That needs to be top. Now's the time to do that before we end up with potholes out there, because like I said last meeting, last year's mud season was plain hell on these roads in this town, especially those ones right there. So we're working on that, so hopefully we're gonna be able to preserve that better once we fix it again, you know what I mean? So as far as branching off on a lot of new construction this year, don't look like we're gonna get very far. Some reason being, you all know every one of us has dealt with problems with less than the family all year. We've been down a guy, we're down another guy, Rob lost his dad, so if you're not seeing us out doing much, we're doing what we can, what we got for guys, trimming back brushes, stop signs, Eddie's been dedicated to this job down here, and if you knew how much he's been dedicated to it, he's paid attention to a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff, if he wasn't there, we probably would have had some issues. So I thank you for it every day. I think it ought to be recognized how much he does do down there for us, you know what I mean? And if he wants to speak on that, other than that, it's wish we all like that.
So how is the project going down there?
It's moving along steady.
Should it be better than 155? I'm just like,
They're getting there. They probably, realistically, 2 weeks.
you said possibly by the end of July, or of August, so.
Yeah, I think they'll be out of
It's
it.
not because it's been raining.
No, just to run into some other issues.
They're dealing with the same issue that just about any other business is dealing with. They just can't find help.
Fine bodies,
Find bodies, but not help.
you know what I mean?
Go ahead.
I'd like to thank the highway department for the repairs on New Portsmouth Road. They had the rains, did some massive, massive washouts and threatened to undermine the road and crumble the edges away. They came in and did a lot of patching. The heavy rain since then has done a little more washout, but the patching on the sides that they did is really holding up well.
Yeah, we noticed that when we back to get that, we gotta go down to grade it out and pitch it, so we don't do that anymore, we'll just have them come back there, you know what I mean?
Well, what you did was amazing. It really held up well.
There's one that lives down
Notice some of
there.
your cones are gone?
Yeah, it's still.
People still orange cones.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because there's 7 or 8 of them up on Kings Highway, and some of them are missing now, and there's holes like this on
I've
the
already
side.
replaced 2 of them.
Really?
Sandy? just wanted to let Joanne know, who's one who lives down there, that we are at least considering the possibility of closing Portsmouth Road off and on throughout the year to ease on the maintenance.
There's plenty of trails.
Rick, in my next life, I would like your help in showing me how I can get a job walking New Durham Road with a torch all day long in 90-degree weather, filling those cracks in. That looked like a very exciting job.
Yeah.
You spend a day walking down this way, and the next day you walk back this way. And after that, you go somewhere else and spend the day walking.
Right.
Don't
Wow.
forget the guy with the big air compressor blowing all the dirt up because he's pushing hard and
Those
melts it.
people do that all week long?
That's what they do for a living.
Oh,
That's
my
what
word.
Henry Dow, he was here 15 years
Great
ago.
job.
Now he's working in conjunction with
yeah.
Allstate Asphalt. He's not ahead of them, does individual stuff, and they do the whole road.
All right,
Yeah.
yes, the highway department has suffered 4 losses, Kathleen lost as well. My condolences to everyone. This is all within 2 months.
February.
Yeah.
I have one more thing just on emergency management, you hit on a little bit, you was the one that was, so all the information's been turned over to Officer Cooper now, you
Yes.
said? So we'll get a faster heads up, because we almost missed out on that. I graduated, paid attention and gave Laura a call, because we were within, what, 3.5 hours, Laura?
Yeah.
We now finally finding, I think it ended up being Alex, that you talked to, to get our information in there, to make sure that they knew, and it's like 22 grand, I guess it came out to, so. Thank you for noticing it and getting a hold of us, but hopefully next time we get
Get in.
a little bit faster,
Right.
yeah. But we're in on it, we're just waiting for our conference call from him now, I believe.
It's on the FEMA.
Yeah, for that winter storm in March.
March 13th.
Yeah, and I guess it looks like we're gonna end up with somewhere around the area of 20, maybe the 22 grand, something like that.
Next item is zoning. I serve on the zoning board, helping Mr. Morgan out. Glad to. Otherwise, I think there's 1 or 2 people looking for variances within the town. A lot of the zoning board has to do with a variance regarding setback. They want to put a garage here and it's too close to the water.
What are you trying to do, basically, just on the other side, right?
Yeah. Treasury, please.
Excuse me.
Oh, so we're,
We're broke.
total cash, this is as of June 18th? Is that right?
Of 2018.
Okay. Total cash available, $1,788,271.05. Okay, what else? Police Department revolving fund, $27,434.12. Ambulance revolving fund, $126,959.04. Sandy, 2 comments, please. First, thank you. Second, I admit that I should know how you get all that, and I don't. Could you and I get together sometime and explain how you get
I
all
would
this
love
stuff?
it.
Okay?
I would love it.
I'm not trying to do your job, but I'm supposed to, it's like we're supposed to have an idea of how you get
Oh,
there.
Joe Bailey knows how to do it.
Johnson.
So, you and I see each other once in a while here, and I'll
Right.
set a time up. It probably won't be this week, maybe next week. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, there's another department head here. Kitchen renovations.
Oh,
That's a
good.
department head job now.
Oh.
Okay,
Lord.
where are we on the kitchen renovation? Oh, okay. Right now, the electrician was in there today, and he's still stringing wire, cable. He was up in the attic over the kitchen early this morning, so it wasn't too bad, but he went up there later this afternoon and said that it was just like melting up there. So, he should be done by the end of the week. The plumbing, I according to the plumber,
I'm listening to you.
has committed to work on the plumbing roughing on Wednesday. Once that is done, the contractor, Doug, will be coming next Monday to put the insulation in and sheetrock. I will be over there the next couple of days doing some, I'll be adjusting the water pipes so we can pull them out. I'm gonna put 2x4s like we did the other one so we can slip the insulation in that. So, cabinets are due in August 1st.
Awesome.
So once the sheetrock is up and taped and sanded, which is part of his contract, then we just need to prime and paint. And then we're still working out some details on plumbing fixtures. We pretty well figured those out with it all plumber. And the gas guy. There's plumbing and gas guy. So, and the countertops, once we get the cabinets and they'll measure the countertops will be a week. So, but the other thing we have to worry about is the floor. Not worry about, we have to plan ahead for that. And what we're gonna do on the floor is we're only gonna put the flooring in the kitchen area. In the 2 storage areas, we're not gonna put any flooring except plywood, a fine smooth case of plywood, seal the joints, and paint it with quartz deck paint. No need to put tile in there or anything else. We want to put tile later, you can, there's no need to do it. It's gonna be a storage area. So,
John's credit. He talked to the contractor after we realized those walls, the exterior walls are made of 2x3s. Okay? And while it's structurally sound, you can't get much insulation in a 2x3.
more wire.
Okay? Every one of those is down out to 5.5 inches. Okay? So now there's room enough for some good insulation plus running water.
That was minimal dollars,
Yeah.
a couple $100. I think it was $150 extra dollars for the 2x6s and 2x4s.
We might have lost an inch or two each wall, but it doesn't
That's it.
matter. It's worth it to get that insulation.
As far as lighting in the kitchen is concerned, I just ordered the lights that are in the main hall, those lights that are up in the ceiling. We're gonna use those in the kitchen, keep the same motif going along. Plus, over the countertops, there will be task light down, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're taking the exhaust hood, the big hood, and we're gonna clean that up and paint it, move it up slightly, and there'll be 2 down lights in there so you can see what you're doing on the top. And then, with the advice and recommendation of the plumber, we're going to run the pot filler up the wall, right next to the stove, instead of having it deck mounted on the countertop. That would be easier for us to run the plumbing. And we should be okay from, according to the advice of the plumber, should be okay for.
It's an interior wall you're running
It's
on?
an exterior wall, but I was advised by the plumbing contractor that it would be fine if we insulated it properly, which we will. Fill it full of foam. So we'll be all right, we'll be fine.
Quick question for you, John. So have you comment was last week about the project?
Still working on that.
Been work in progress.
I have to do some more. In fact, it's a list is right here.
When is Old Home Day? Coming up? Did I say that wrong? Old Home Day? Yeah, that's it.
Thursday in August.
I think it's the 20
Wednesday. Correct?
Wednesday.
Oh,
Wednesday,
Thursday.
third Wednesday,
I
sorry.
think it's the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken.
So we still work on that.
What's that?
I still don't know, just heard the third Thursday, the third Wednesday, I asked
It's always
Lester
been
Kimball.
Wednesday.
Always a Wednesday.
Yeah, I can't remember Wednesday.
That's all I get on the list, all I can tell you is always a Wednesday, so which Wednesday? Lester don't know, if he don't know,
Well, he just follows instructions.
must be.
No, he doesn't.
We've been
ask
trying to
Boss.
find out, we
Gotta
get
ask
asked
Mary.
every day. Right, that's what we figured, we're
Gotta
gonna
ask
see her,
Boss.
you know?
It's always been the third Wednesday.
Which is the 15th.
Right.
And I said that, he told me, no, it's always at the
She's
20th.
done with that.
So,
Maybe I'm wrong.
The third Wednesday would be
15th?
15th. Because the first is a Wednesday.
yeah.
We'll find out.
We'll just let him know.
I did, the third Wednesday is the 15th.
Better ask
Normally
Mary.
it's in the 20th.
Better ask Mary.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah, that's the boss.
That's what you're gonna have to do, because Lester told me the same thing,
Well,
no, it's
I
not
wanna know
the
if
15th,
Mary
it's always the
knows
20th.
what the date is. I'll ask her.
That's what he told me second, it's okay.
We're okay.
If you don't know, that's all she said, that's Mary.
Thank you, John.
Yep.
Joe, you want to?
Yeah, I wanna go back to, not Sandy's treasurer's report, but Laura's report. On the, she's got 2 pages of outstanding checks.
Do you want a copy of them? I'll go up and get them.
That's not what I'm asking. Let me finish, please. Okay? We have stuff from 6/15 all the way up to 12/28 or 17 outstanding checks. Checks are written to be cashed within 30 days.
60 days.
Is it 60 days? These are far above and beyond. Can we cancel these things up, get rid of them? What's the process of doing this?
Well, I've called Concord. I talked to a lady on the phone. It's lost checks, it's called, something like that. I gave all my paperwork to John Kalari, and he was gonna take care of it. So I have no paperwork.
I thought we talked about this before, and check
It's
it
an
out.
ongoing
Yeah.
problem.
Right.
I mean,
One of them we did get rid of. We put stock payment on because it was $500.
That was the one to the union donation
Law office.
office thing, but they're not existing,
oh, yeah.
so you can't.
I mean, there should be some way to clean up. Anything's 18 current or something. I mean, but this is,
Technically, what you're supposed to do is send it to the lost money
I don't know.
under their name, but Sandy's saying you can't do that for 10 years.
No, it's not what I said. I said
5
the lady
years.
told me you have to wait 5 years. That doesn't make sense to me.
What lady and where?
I'm lost. What's it called? Lost checks or something?
Is it Department of Revenue?
Yes. Yes, the Department of Revenue. The lady was very confusing. So I gave everything to John Kalari.
John Florida has done it for us.
Yeah, I know.
What paperwork is required?
He was gonna call her to find out what we had to do. Because I explained to him, I had called,
Why don't you call her and say,
I did call.
then what are
John.
we supposed to do?
She said we had to wait 5 years, but that
Okay.
doesn't make sense.
What? Whether it makes sense to you or not, that's what it is. So if we have to wait 5 years on these checks that are outstanding, and it doesn't look like a lot,
It's not.
except for one particular
Yes.
individual, that's not a lot.
And we sent registered letters to that particular one.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I really care about. I mean, I just wanna know if we can do something about it, because it's just.
I can try calling her again tomorrow. see
No,
what
no,
happens.
she said it's 5 years.
But I thought you only had 5 years to collect the
Okay,
money.
here's what you can do for us. Call her and say, what rule or statute says 5 years? Ask her that.
All right.
And then that will, and get her name and last name.
Well, if you
First
go
and
to
last
John's
name.
desk,
But
you
what-
can probably find it.
Wherever you wanna do it. Just tell her what rule or statute says that.
Okay,
And then we have a record of, okay, we have to wait 5 years.
right.
And then you've done the correct thing by sending them letters, so we have a record of those letters, and in your office, you keep that letter for outstanding, a file for outstanding,
I'll see.
outstanding checks, and we're golden, because when the auditor comes in, right, they're gonna say, well, what are you doing?
Right.
So we're saying, well, for RSA such and such, or rule 103.4465, this is what we're doing. And then in your calendar, you put 5 years on those things, and they pop up on your calendar up there on your computer, right?
I won't be here in 5 years.
All right,
Me
Okay.
neither.
thank
Huh?
you.
You
Me
mean that?
Me neither.
Fax machines,
Oh, okay, so,
please.
Jeff Jacobs was out here to hook up our fax machine so we can get rid of all of our little ones. We can only do one to this machine. So we're just gonna use Kathleen's number. We don't need, none of us really get a lot of faxes. So we're gonna eliminate the other ones. I'll keep the regular one for a little while, but we're just gonna give our number. I've already posted on the web and until they stop coming, then we can just.
I don't even have to know, there's sales
We have
taking a
two
trip.
fax machines.
If I may ask, this is 2018,
Why do we
why
have?
do we have a fax machine?
Because people literally still fax.
Yep.
It's crazy. I
A
know.
lot of title companies tax.
A lot of what?
Title companies, looking for like tax payouts and everything, they still fax.
They must
Which
be
is
little-
annoying
They must be
because-
little companies.
The state.
No,
Rent, rent, door, title,
Look at them all the time, all day long.
Yeah.
Mortgage companies.
Yeah, that's why you.
Department of Health and Human Services does like,
Oh, well, that's understandable.
they say faxes,
That certainly is understandable, that's where.
so we still do get them.
John, I'm just a little confused. Is a fax machine anything like Western Union or?
Well, it follows that.
It's a little slower.
Well, no, Western Union is a little slower. It has to be hand delivered. This is electronically.
New business.
I-
Anything going on that we need to know about before we go into non-public? Go ahead.
The box for donations for the scholarship fund
All right.
has been modified so that it is now a solid attachment.
That would go.
So hopefully now
Thank
when
you.
people come and pay their taxes or their, register their cars or license their dogs,
I wanna hear about it. You want to put money in there and you want me to pay taxes? I can see it now.
I
but
can't
just- they
imagine.
Usually they'll be like, I said,
No,
for
wait,
kid,
we
college
gave you,
kids.
we gave you permission to say no.
Oh, that's true. No, I don't mind it there. No, I'm talking about people who come in to pay their taxes. So I just hear about it all
That's
the
like going
time.
to a self-service food vending machine like that and saying, here, have a tip.
I'll put some candy out there. $1.
Yeah.
All right, what else for the good of the town? What's that? That's it? Remember, there's no meeting next Monday. It's budget, okay? And then we'll be back at it after that. All right?
Make a motion that we come out of a public meeting at 7:32 and enter into a non-public and then go the RSA. RSA something.
91A, what paragraph?
What's the reason?
Subject.
There's
There's only
It's
three.
personnel.
There's only three.
Do you have to do permanent?
Has to do with employee probably. A.
Oh, I'm out. You guys have fun.
Thanks.
Well, thanks.
Thank you for coming.
No, thank you.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah.
Oh, okay.